Welcome to the explainer. When we talk about marketing, it's easy to jump straight to the flashy ads or the clever pricing strategies. But today, we're going to crack open the marketer's toolkit and get right to the heart of it all, the one thing that every single marketing decision is built on. So in marketing, you've probably heard of the 4 Ps, right? Product, price, place, and promotion. They're like the 4 pillars of any good strategy. And yeah, each one is absolutely vital, but they all serve and support one central element, the real star of the show. You guessed it, it's all about the product. This is the reason a company even exists in the first place. Think about it. Every ad campaign, every distribution channel, every single price tag, it all starts with what you're actually offering to the customer. Doesn't matter if it's a physical good, a service, or even just an idea. The product is the foundation for everything. All right, let's dive in. Here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll nail down what a product really is. Then we'll get into the huge decisions marketers have to make about it. We'll also walk through how new products are even born, follow their entire life cycle. And finally, we'll tackle the tricky challenge of marketing services. The stuff you can't actually touch. Okay, so first things first. If you want to build a winning strategy, you need a super clear understanding of what marketers mean when they say the word product. And trust me, it's a little deeper than you might think. See, at its core, a product is really just a solution to a customer's problem. But it is never just the physical thing. Think about your favorite cup of coffee. You're not just buying coffee beans, are you? You're buying the smell, the cool packaging, the friendly barista, the whole vibe of the cafe. It's the entire package. And a really great way to get this is to think of a product in 3 layers. Let's use a smart water bottle as an example. The core product isn't the bottle. It's the benefit, convenient hydration. The tangible product is what you can actually see and hold. The cool, insulated bottle, the tracking app on your phone, its sleek design. And then there's the augmented product. That's all the extra stuff that adds value, like warranty or maybe access to a support community. The best marketing thinks about all 3 of these layers. So, once we get these layers, what's next? Well, now it's time for strategy. Knowing what a product is one thing. Deciding what it should be, that's where marketers make the tough calls that can make or break its success. And it really boils down to these 4 big decisions. First, what features should the product have? Are we going basic or loading it up with all the bells and whistles? Second, what's the company's whole product mix? Think of a company like Apple. They've got phones, computers, watches, the whole shebang. Third, within one line, what's the product range? Like all the different iPhone models. You got your Pro, your Max, your Standard. And finally, how do you sort all this into categories so customers aren't totally lost? Every one of these choices shapes how your product stands out. Okay, so we know what a product is, we know the big decisions behind it, but where do they come from? How do they get made in the first place? Well, it's definitely not magic. It's a really structured and, honestly, pretty intense process. You can almost think of this as the hero's journey for a brand new product. It all kicks off with a spark, a big brainstorm of ideas that get filtered way down to find the real gems. That winning idea then gets developed and tested with actual customers to see if it's got any legs. If people like it, then a full-blown marketing strategy gets built around it, checking all the numbers. And only after it passes all those tests does the product finally get built and launched. It's a tough process, but it's designed to weed out the bad eggs and give the great ones the best shot at success. Now, once a product is actually out there in the wild, its journey has really only just begun. It enters what we call the product life cycle, which is this predictable path that basically every product category follows. And understanding this cycle is everything if you want to manage a product for the long haul. Just like a living thing, a product category goes through 4 stages. It starts with introduction. Sales are slow, costs are high, and profits, well, they're usually in the red. Then, if you're lucky, you hit growth. This is the boom time. Sales are climbing fast and so are profits. After that, things level off in maturity. Sales hit their peak, competition is everywhere, and then finally every category, from DVDs to, eventually smartphones, will enter decline. And that's when sales and profits start to fall. And this right here is exactly why marketers can't just use one strategy and stick with it. Their goals have to change with the seasons. In the introduction stage, it's all about just getting people to know you exist. During growth, the game changes. It's a race to grab as much market share as you can. When you hit maturity, you're defending your territory and trying to squeeze out maximum profit. And in decline, the goal is often to cut back on spending and just milk whatever sales are left.
So, we've been talking a lot about physical things you can hold. But what happens when your product is something you can't touch or see at all? I'm talking about a haircut, a class, financial advice, a streaming subscription. Marketing services like these, that's a whole different ballgame.
This really breaks down the key differences. A water bottle is tangible. You can hold it. A personal training session is intangible. You can only experience it. Every single water bottle that comes off the assembly line is consistent, but the quality of that training session is variable. It could depend on the trainer's energy that day. And you can store a bottle in your closet, but a missed training session is perishable. That hour is gone forever. Marketers have to get really creative to make the intangible feel real and to make sure the quality is always top-notch. And that really brings it all home, doesn't it? The product life cycle isn't just some theory in a textbook. It's this powerful force that's shaping the market all around us, all the time. So I want you to think about the brands you really love. Are they the new exciting thing in their growth phase, their summer? Are they that reliable giant in maturity? Or are they starting to head for winter? Once you start looking for these stages, you'll see the product's story being told everywhere you look.